I hate that this bozo, the clown, property manager downstairs, is making me do this, keeping a record of the abuse, okay, of their devilish, of their evil acts, okay, that they are getting away with here since they became these investigators. He is part of a ring. We can't figure it out. Okay, we can't nail it, but we know this is the same scandalous scam with the real estate, with the Wall Street, the 2008 that brought down this country, okay, and threw it off a cliff. This is the same abuse of power and scam with real estate is happening still today, because once they freaking got those doggone big banks, okay, out of the water, they gave them the same ammunition again, which is money. Got them out of their crap. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. This country is not doing us any justice, okay, by allowing this kind of con with these common crooks that they're creating in this country when it comes to real estate. Why is it that this man is putting on heat? Is putting on heat for about 1 minute. 1 minute when he comes in now, because why am I touching these baseboards? And it's been freezing cold all night. It's been cold in here all night. It was hot yesterday. It was great weather. Inside the apartment, it was comfortable. Okay, because it was back to summer weather. You know, I took my AC out the window. I don't need an AC. You know, enough air seeps in from those windows when it's like fall weather, cool, kind of, you know, comfortable weather, where you have to wear like a sweater, I guess you would say. I don't know. I'm waking up. It's 9:30. I am in shock that these baseballs are warm. He probably turns on. I don't know how. I don't know what kind of app they're controlling this boiler with. You know, the boiler used to stay on constantly. Once you turn on the heat will stay on. This apartment would be at 80 every day, all day until the spring came, where we would be like, oh, turn off the heat, at least turn it down. You know, I don't know what kind of boiler was that once you turned it on, it kept the apartment up to 80 all through the winter. And then when it was like those cold weather, freezing temperatures, where it was like in the teens, they would say, okay? And it was like, you know, that's what, you know, one of those temperatures that when I owned a house, okay, I experienced shoveling my snow when it was like it wasn't even below zero, almost close to below. You know, it was in the 1 digit. We haven't really had that yet. I moved here in 2015, okay? But let me not change subject. I experienced frostbite shoveling before I moved here, okay? That house was in foreclosure for about 10 years with that real estate scam of this country, that we all lost our jobs and our homes, okay? And most of us, you know, took us a while to recover from that, which was fine. I didn't need that. What was that? I didn't need no house. You could see the scam and you could see the abuse from miles away, you know, from the first house that I owned, 1996. I was like, I don't want this, but I just want, you know, a certain person off my back. How about you have to buy a house, you have to own a house, you have to buy a house. Okay, let me just get that out the way. Okay, the worst experience ever. Owning property. Okay, when you don't have no money, and you're not rich. Okay, when you're not white in this country. You don't have no husband. Black women have that stigma in this country. You know, black men are not going to do right by us. So no, we're not going to have most of us are not going to have husbands that want to be a husband and do the right thing. But that's why most of us are single. And I prefer it that way. I don't want no headache next to me. I don't want no headache. I want happy, go lucky 24/7. Okay? So anyway, that's my sad story. Okay? Let me just say happy story. Okay. Well, why go to a relationship when you're going to be miserable people? Let's get back to this heat, to this no heat crap. You know, he knows that I'm not going to stop complaining. I'm not going to stop complaining. I'm going all the way, wherever it takes, because I'm not going to flee in an apartment that comes with heat to begin with. That comes with heat, number one. Number two, heat is included. Heat is included, number two. HUD is paying $2,300 a month for this apartment to be heated. Decent heat. We're not asking for much. It's only 3 months. Winter's only 3 months. My man, what is going on? What is going on with you? Why would you expect for us, you know, maybe the ones that are scared of you, you know, and were scared straight before you got here. Those, I could understand why nobody's complaining. They were scared straight before this management owner got here. Okay? You know, someone that had already shared that with me. A veteran of living here shared it with me. You know? And one of the females also confirmed it. She was the first one there that confirmed it. I don't complain. I'm scared to complain because they told, you know, one of the girls in the management office, told me, you know, I should be happy with what I have because the government pays for your rights. Shouldn't you complain about anything? She was in there in the whole jumper, pajama, showing me this is how I have to dress and live. Showed me the grass that's coming from her window. I said, get some plastic in your window. She's been here way before me, and I'm like, why are you living under these conditions? Why aren't you complaining? Of course you could complain. Who said you're going to get evicted? Who's that person? You have to complain about that person. Now that we have these new management, you know, complain. Just complain about your heat. You are entitled to an apartment that you can live in. She was in there. I felt so sorry for her. I felt so sorry for her. You know, I felt her pain, you know, of the way she was telling me how she has to shut her mouth and not say anything. Okay. And this animal down there, this two-piece suit down there, that he comes to this job. You know, it's for a fashion show. It's for a fashion show. That's all most of them do. They go to work to show off their nice attire and the vehicles that they are leasing or renting or leasing or semi-owning, because nobody owns nothing. Nobody owns nothing. We all know that in this country. Okay. So what are you doing? What is this heat for? It's 62. It's hot out there. What's going on? And he says to my neighbor yesterday when he ran into him, Albert, okay, undermining again. Oh, you happy because you have heat? What kind of property manager? What kind of play games with your mentality like that? Who are you to control our heat? Who are you to decide when we are cold or not? You don't live here, and even if you lived here, I'm pretty sure you will be putting that same money you put in your boss's pocket, you will be doing the same way. You will be in there with a coat, scarf, gloves, and boots in your apartment in order to live in there, because, honey, you can't do it. What human being, you know, could do regular things in their apartment, work, move around when it's freezing cold.